you jump too far in, I want to take a couple of moments to say thank you to some, I guess I'll call them friends of the program. Team MZ, a lot of great support for small streamers like us. You can check them out on Twitter at Team MZ or the hashtag Team MZ with 4 M's. Thank you to Nightshade Creations. They have a wonderful dice tray that actually our Friday night DM, Michael, has one that I think he said he's going to be raffling off at some point as we get closer to, I want to say he said for 200 followers, I think it was. But you'll have to watch Friday night to find that out. And a big thank you to Many Sided Dice, who has a wonderful compendium called The Lost Artifacts of Greygast. It's a great 5e book, a whole bunch of magic items. Our party's got a few of them. And there's a couple of them actually maybe showing up in a one-shot in the near future for Friday nights. With that, I think that covers just about everything for our quick announcements. It's a little late for today, but we typically mention it on Friday nights. It's another friend of the show's that one of our people on Friday nights, Christy, is in with Insight Check, which is earlier on Mondays. I believe it's 1:30 Eastern Time. You can find them at Twitch on Insight Check. If you haven't heard us talk about them before, definitely go check them out. And some of them will be, they pop in from time to time in our one-shots as well. With that being said, we will jump headfirst into, I guess I'll say last time we were here, as our party has still been working on making up enough insect repellent to get them through their trek in the jungle as they continue on the way to help Azaka on her quest to get to Firefinger and reclaim her family's mask. And our party has recently just dealt with a small band of bipedal dinosaurs that were chasing a boar in through camp.
Oh, the poor boar. I forgot about that.
The boar got away. You guys, as it ran through camp and set off, you guys were alerted to it thanks to Melek's handy little bell wire trap thing that got set up there. And you guys managed to make it through that with only a couple of you getting a little roughed up.
Yeah, I don't think we've rested yet, have we?
No, you guys had literally just finished the battle when we were last time. It was actually I won't say real early in the day at that point. If I remember correctly, I think you had just
come back from
I think you had just come back. Let me double check here. Because Bad DM was busy at work and forgot to double check where we were off last week. And yep, you actually can't get back that far, and I'm not going to risk getting loaded out of Roll20 to go check. So we will say you guys had just gotten back.
Yeah, I have it. We just got back.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. Okay, so let me see here. And just checking. Okay. So we had those rolls. I'm just flipping. I'll be honest, I can't remember how you guys did, and apparently my notes are borderline illegible here. So do me a favor for the teams that went out last week.
I have. You got 7 doses, 22 total.
Oh, okay. So, then you guys must have already rolled for that. So perfect. So we can pick it up. You guys have gotten back. You've got the remainder of the day. Is there anything you guys would want to do?
I got 22 doses, 84 total.
Yep. You guys have been rolling. Wait a minute. Let me, hold on.
Hold up. No. That is
wait a minute. I just agreed to something that...
Sarah is very much lying.
Very nicely done, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I got to flip back through here.
No, I was right the first time. I lied I might have lied the second time.
As you can see, my notepad here is just hideously scrawled all over the place.
Okay, it was 7 doses, 22 total.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have written down as well.
Yeah, you guys totally.
Okay, so that's what I have done there. So we're actually going to flip over. Forgive the poorly prepared DM. We are changing the line, the page that I'm on. Okay, so we have just flipping back and forth, and then okay, there we go. Okay, so you guys are just finishing up your third day through this. If you guys can do me a favor, and well, actually, is there anything that the group would want to do with the remainder of this day?
Nope. I need to check my traps and fix them.
Okay, so as you go and check the lines where these creatures ran through, there isn't any real damage to the vines that they ran through. Where you had set these up and you actually rolled extremely well doing it. You've got them up so they are only, an inch or two off the ground. So as these things were running through, they were tripping it enough to hit the bell. But it's not like, it's waist high and they're running through it marathon style. Okay. So you go back over, you double check the vines, you double check the little, makeup pots with a little metal brush in it. Everything looks pretty good. So as you guys get in, take the rest of the day, you guys make dinner. How are you guys handling watches for the evening?
I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
Okay.
Devaney wants last watch.
Okay. And Quen, any interest in third, or do we have Dragon Bait or Azaka take it?
Quen will take third.
Okay, so if I can get a... oh, wow, brain is not working. This is what happens when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And sleep in late, kids. Can I get a... thank you, perception check from everyone. Oh.
Got you.
Okay. And then Devaney just waiting on one from you. Okay. So as you guys turn in for the evening after having your nice relaxing evening meal, get everything prepped up for the next morning. Evening goes through without any real incident. Devaney, was you're taking the as you're taking the last watch, and as normal you start to see the sun creeping over the trees as much as the sun does this deep in the jungle. You're dealing with the same sort of humid, sort of overcast, slightly rainy weather you've come to expect most days from here. Where you guys are at the moment, it's not heavy enough that it's even really reaching through the tree, the ceiling of the trees.
A canopy?
Thank you. Viewers, this is going to be one of those nights where it's just words are going to escape the DM apparently left and right. So please forgive me. Hey, that's what makes D&D such a great game. It's a collaborative effort at telling a story. So as you become used to, the rain is light enough it's not even making it through the tree canopy down to your camp. You got the fire going so people can prepare breakfast. You guys start to come to consciousness and the day is yours. Now, in order to try to save a little bit of time for you guys, I'll be honest with what we've rolled. Next 2 days are going to go by fairly quick for you. So how are you guys breaking up going to get the stuff for your salve for the next couple of days?
I'm standing next to Melik, so I'm going to go with Melik.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So we have Melik and Solana going off one direction. Okay.
One will go off with Dragonbait in another direction.
Okay, so we have Quen and Dragonbait. Okay. And Devaney, what would you be doing?
And I can go off with Azaka.
Okay, so we have Devaney and Azaka. So as you guys head out, and yes, Digitio, let the hate flow through you. I mean, words. Okay, so if I can have a survival check from one of each of you, well, actually, Malik and Solana, you two can choose who you want to roll it on.
You can roll it.
Okay.
I rolled poorly, and I just rolled it because he said so.
So let's see here.
Okay, Solana rolled for us.
Yeah, Solana had already rolled, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Quinn, and then Devaney, do you want to take this one, or do you want me to have Azaka roll it for you?
How good is Azaka's survival?
Well, given she's a guide, I'm going to say probably a little better than yours would be my knee-jerk guess, but actually she does not have any bonus to it, so it's just a +1.
Wow.
Yeah, I just have +1 as well, so I can roll
Okay,
it.
so go ahead and we'll have you roll it.
We are not doing
Okay. So it's going to be a little lighter for you guys for the first day. And then do me a favor, go ahead and roll. So Solana, Quinn, and Devaney, go ahead and roll one more for me for the second day.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, that's it. That's okay because you guys all have health, so you all get advantage on the rolls. So.
Oof.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then for the second day, we have. Okay. There. Okay. So definitely Solana coming through on the second day. Okay, so now, Solana, go ahead and I need you to make, and I'll be honest, you can just fire these off one right after another. I need 6 rolls with your herbalism kit. Again, you've got advantage. I'm assuming Quinn would be helping out as you have been the last few days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Holy
3,
mother of...
4.
Yes.
Oops.
Okay,
Oh.
it was coming.
6.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's go right down the list. Okay, 1. Jeez. Okay. Wow, did you ever get lucky? So, out of those, so on the first day when you guys went out and did your scouting to collect it, each pair managed to come back with enough to make 2 doses of salve. First day, Solana and Quinn, you guys knocked it out of the park. You guys made 6 full doses. You used every little bit in there.
Yeah.
Second day, you guys went out. Solana, you and Malik get into a little bit of a groove. You guys managed to come back with 4 doses. Quinn, we're not quite sure what happened to you and Dragonbait on the second day. We're assuming Dragonbait wandered off a little, got a little distracted. You managed to come back with enough to make 1 dose on the second day. And then Devaney and Azaka came back with 3. Solana, with the herbalism checks for day 2, you managed to hit on... You made a total of 7 doses. Literally, that crit fail that you rolled, which was an 8, the DC for this was 10 to make it. You rolled that on the one you had the single dose on.
Oh, good.
So you lost a single dose of a single dose.
Oh, good.
So with that, you guys managed to get through the next 2 days. Again, very sort of quick and easy. You don't notice much going on. And you have now managed to come up with another 13, 6 and 7, 13 doses of insect salve to add on to your already existing stash of 22. So you're now up at 35. So between the 4 of you, you've got enough that it's almost a 2-week supply between the 4 of you.
Let's
So
go.
you've got
Let's
carries you
leave.
through. You take your watches that day 6. You guys head to bed, make your meals, sleep, and again, assuming with the same sort of watch schedule, where Devaney tends to take the last watch.
Mm-hmm.
Devaney, you're taking watch that last day as the group is starting to come to consciousness at first light. You start hearing. Go ahead and give me a perception check. I'll see how early you notice this. Okay, you start hearing noise. And you're guessing it's probably 65, 70 feet away from you, coming from a northeasterly direction. It doesn't sound overly large, but you can hear like brush being moved, branches snapping. Something's coming through the jungle, and as you stop and listen for 4 or 5 minutes, it definitely sounds like it's moving towards you.
So slow and steady, that sort of thing.
It's not Michael Myers slow and steady. You get the sense that as you're stopping and listening to it, like you hear a branch crack, and then you hear a couple of footfalls, and another branch crack. It sounds like someone making their way through the jungle. Doesn't sound like something crashing through or a large animal moving. It's just, again, sort of just slow and steady walking through.
So probably not a T-Rex.
Probably not.
How, you might have said this already, but how late or early is it into my watch?
This is like tail end of your watch. The sun's creeping over, and your group, the remainder of the party is just now starting to come to consciousness. So as you're hearing this, as you're making your rounds, and you sort of glance back at the camp, you can see Melik and Solana starting to stretch, get up out of the tents. Everyone's starting to begin their normal morning routines.
Do the Azaka. Stretch it out.
Yep.
Devaney will alert the people that she sees coming out of the tents that something is coming and point out the direction.
I will stealth behind a tree and notch an arrow to my bow.
Okay, so which tree are you going? So Devaney has pointed out that it is coming from somewhere over this way. So,
I mean, does it sound threatening, or is it just like another person?
Wait, which way? Sorry.
It sounds like a person. Northeast.
I'm
yeah,
going
we'll
to-
just,
okay.
yeah.
I'm going to stealth right here and roll for stealth.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
Yeah.
And we will see.
Oh yeah, so stealthy. I disappear.
You're gone.
I'm gone.
You can find Solana on Friday nights. That's actually a factual statement now.
That is. Roll griffins, guys.
Really?
Yeah, they
Yes,
like on Angel Soul griffins. Axel rides gizzard. It's hilarious.
Okay, so let's see here. I don't even know why I'm checking this this passive perception. There is no way this has a 24 passive perception. So Solana has now vanished. Even you guys who heard her say, "I'm gonna go hide," and she just vanishes. What are the rest of you doing?
Quen is looking around and is amazed that Solana just disappeared into the leaves.
That like threatened by I mean, it's just one thing, ain't it?
That's what it sounds like.
Do on that. I don't know. I mean, if it comes into the camp, we'll know, and then we can deal with it. But until then, I'm just gonna sit by this fire. that I can.
The
here.
jerky? Great
Sure.
jerky.
So is the rest of you, it seems, are all just sort of, relaxing, doing your normal routines with the invisible Solana. Over the course of the next, let's say, 5 to 7 minutes, you guys start to see what appears to be just a single, appears to be a humanoid-looking figure making their way through the underbrush and sort of around trees. Again, you can hear the branches cracking a little more as it's getting a little closer to you. Looks to be probably about 6 feet tall. Hood pulled over the head. You guys can see a longbow on the back. And some sort of satchel or bag worn across the front. Yeah.
Okay,
Another,
hey, I don't know. are there not like? Come.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. Sorry.
Another few minutes comes by, and as the person is starting to take a few more steps forward, and all of a sudden stops. And you see sort of looking down at the ground for a couple of moments. Looks up back towards the slight glint of firelight through the morning. This is very interesting work you have over here.
Thank you.
Oh. Hello,
Who might you be?
stranger.
Might I be able to come in and have some discourse with you?
Oh, well, I don't object to any of that. I don't think anyone else will either.
Yeah,
We
sure.
have
Why not?
enough food for everybody. The more the merrier. Life's a party.
So is this person, and you notice as they very slowly pass through that area where you had set everything up, Malik. And very gingerly sort of stepping over as this person comes in and pulls the hood off, and you see what you can now tell is about a 6 foot tall, looks to be human male with one side of his face is just hideously scarred. Looks like it's badly burnt or
I don't know, the token looks pretty.
the token's convenient. Oh dear God! No Digitio. It is not 3 gnomes in a long cloak. It's only 2 gnomes. One went missing. As he takes a couple of steps in. Oh well. Strange to run into people this far west.
Strange things happens every day, like a guy just walking into our camp. No.
Oh, well, I'm sure he's just hungry. Aren't you just hungry?
I'm actually... some friends were taken by... Oh, I don't even know their name. A group of pirates that run out of the western shore. I
Breeze.
think it, it's at Jahaka Bay. I figured break out the family longbow and go see if I can do anything about it.
So, what exactly took your friends? You don't know?
There's a group of pirates that trade in slaves. They've
Oh.
been known to capture fey creatures, dinosaurs, random people from the jungles, grungs.
Okay,
Sounds
yes,
pretty
your story is very tragic. We already have like 2 or 3 side quests that we're doing. If we're gonna take this one on, we at least need to make sure that it's on the way. Does anyone know where Jahaka Bay is?
Don't be so rude.
What?
It's just we've been sitting out here trying to make insect repellent to last us for all these dang things, and on.
And
I
this gentleman
apologize,
turns
it's
his head
early.
and looks at Quen. What is a side quest?
A side quest is what we youth refer to as an errand.
Oh, well, strange folk. Jahaka Bay is on the western shore. So I think that's...
The fire fingers.
Mm,
We're
Anyway,
traveling east at the moment.
you'd have to travel over the mountains to get to the ocean on the west, wouldn't you?
either over the mountain or there is a basin that runs through. It's like a chasm. It used to be a deep river. I hear the coral is lovely.
Yeah, we were just there not too long ago, actually. Watch out for those frost giants.
Frost giants in the jungle?
No,
Yeah.
like really.
Frost giants, you say? Where did you last see frost giants?
Or maybe I'm getting my giants confused. I don't
No,
know.
we saw frost giants.
Hey, we got Solana back.
I mean,
Yes, you guys ran into the frost giants. That's what smushed Artis under the boulder as you guys jumped into
the crevasse.
into the crevasse at Atazkahakla.
Oh, there is a little thingy. There's a little pathway. Well, little river. We could go
To get to
down.
this guy's thing.
Yeah. But you don't know that I'm still stealthing.
As you guys watch for a couple of seconds, Quen, Malik, and Devanay. Actually, go ahead, Solana. You're there too. All of you, go ahead and make a perception check
Oh no, I don't trust this guy.
as you're looking at him. Wow. Okay, so every one of you notices he's sitting there chit-chatting with you. Every so often, reaches into that little pouch he's wearing around his side and, mumbles and pulls out a ration. Looks like a little bit of dried fruit or dried meat. As you're looking at the bag, it's very ornate for someone to be carrying around in the jungle.
Ornate like how?
It has a face painted on the front of it. Or stitched into the front of it.
Agreed.
Like a
Stitched
holding.
into it. Interesting.
Like a human face stitched to it? Wait.
No, it's not the bag of human that Quen is in possession. I think Quen still has that.
Okay.
I do. I still have it. It's one human bag.
No, this is just, it looks almost like in current terms, a messenger bag.
Okay.
Just the front of it is the way it's stitched or dyed. It looks almost to have a face embroidered or colored to the bag.
still creepy. Okay.
During this, I'm just a purveyor of fine things, and I really like your bag.
Oh,
Is it
thank you.
pretty?
I used to keep the bow in it, but people got strange looks when I'd pull it out, so now I wear the bow on the back.
A whole
big is
bow
this
fitting
bag?
into that bag. Interesting.
What's the name of this fellow?
Oh, my
Did we
name.
even ask?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, then I don't know. Okay.
That's
I'm
good.
so
I keep
stealthy.
forgetting you're stealthed.
Yeah. I just wanted
Okay.
to write it down in case we did.
I'd put a little ninja emblem on you.
Okay.
No, he's just sitting there, sort of snacking away with you guys.
How big is this bag?
Looks to be, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide, if that. Doesn't look like it holds more than a couple of feet of space, if that.
Oh,
It's a full longbow.
longbow in that thing?
Oh, yes. We apologize, having minor microphone difficulties at the moment. Unable to hear what Melik is trying to say.
Yeah. Still can't hear you.
I just, Melik's gone static on my image.
Oh, how does it fit?
How does it fit? Well, it fits like this. And you guys watch as he somewhat awkwardly takes the bow off his back, and right before your eyes, just opens a little flap, puts the end of the bow in, and right into the bag and closes the flap.
Where did you get that bag?
I got it in trade through someone at Port Nyanzaru.
Wait, can I do like a really quick?
Sure. Go ahead.
I like this guy's jib.
And then as he opens back up the bag and pulls the bow back out and straps it back onto his back. And give us a second here. Let's see here. Okay. You get the feeling he's a little hard to read, but you get the feeling he's not 100% being up and up with you.
Yeah, okay, so...
Something like that, you don't really get the feel that that's just, oh, I walked in and bought it off the shelf.
About the same. Okay, so... I'm sorry, sir. What's your name?
Oh, I am sorry. My name is Tarhoon.
Fantastic.
Where are you from, Tarhoon?
I am from here and there, currently residing in Port Nyanzaru.
You're in there.
I love Port Nyanzaru. It's very nice.
It is a good enough place for now.
Well, Tarhoon, if you'd give us just a second, I think me and my friends here are going to have a tiny chat about your proposition.
Oh, why certainly. Do you need me to move?
No, you can stay right there. We're just going to, right over here so we can keep an eye on you, but you're not... Shh, I actually didn't say that. We're just going to waddle over here.
Waddle yourself. I'm going to walk.
Okay, so here's my opinion on this. That we've had Zaka in the party for so long, anything about her. Deal. Backtracking to help this guy out would just be like super rude. But if you want to help this guy out, I'm just totally down to get out of this part of the jungle.
Kinda was really invested in making a lot of bug spray.
I don't see why we need to help him. He just sort of wandered in and didn't really ask us either. He just stated that he was going to go after some friends. And I suppose we could tag along. I don't think he would, object to help, but I don't really feel like I need to help him. We've already promised we're going to help somebody else.
What about
And you're
his
right, I don't
bag?
want to go.
Want his bag?
And
See, Quinn, I
we're
was
not
going to
going to
pose
murder
that
him.
unpopular opinion, was that bag is very nice, and what if we just killed him?
We're not going to just
You
kill
don't
him.
have to kill him. You could, can't you win it in a game of cards? Don't you have a card game?
He's a gambler. I also have a really, really nasty fiddle that I hate that I could potentially trade him for.
Oh, that works
Trade
too.
him. That it is pretty
Yeah,
darn
if you want to
valuable.
trade for it, but no, we're not killing him.
No, don't kill
Throw
him.
it out. It just has an option.
Or hustle him, jeez.
Of hustling. Okay, so, but I think he's not going to want to stick around if we tell him outright that we're not going to help him. Let's hustle him first, and then tell him to get out.
Okay.
Don't be rude.
Just a shorthand way of saying it.
That's
Don't-
her word of the day, I guess.
So while the other three are having this conversation, Solana, you're a good distance away. You really can't overly hear what's going on as you see Devaney, Quinn, and Melik all sort of clustered together having a conversation here. What would you be doing during this, 4 or 5 minutes when you can see this gentleman with the scarred face sitting just munching, watching the other three, and every once in a while you can see sort of a smirk on his face.
I don't. Oh. I'm chaotic good. I can't just shoot him. I'll just stay there. I'll just be watching him. Really, really
Insight him.
watching him.
Get a better insight roll.
I don't know why I would incite him though.
Uh,
Because he's
you're
smirking.
you're sitting there. You've been watching. You've been listening to this conversation.
Okay.
So it's up to you if you feel you have a reason to incite him or.
Okay, I'll incite him just because he's smirking.
Okay.
I mean, after than me. No, because Devaney, you got mad at me when I held personal 90 poo poo.
Oh, that was funny. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Crazy today.
It's
Okay. Now let's see. Our Twitch chat will see this.
I know everything about him.
Yeah, So you've been listening to his story as he's talking to this, as he's sitting there and watching, and you can see your three party members over there conversing. You really can't hear them because I'm assuming you guys aren't really being like boisterous and loud in this conversation.
no, our plan is to hustle him, so no.
So it's every once in a while you see like Melik get a little more animated speaking, and then sort of pull back a little as it seems Devaney is moving around. And when you see Melik getting, more animated in conversation, that's when you notice him smirking. And with that roll, You get the feeling he seems to know what's going on.
Okay.
It's like as you're watching him, glancing back over, watching from you've got a pretty good vantage point on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And each time it seems, somebody gets excitable, he gets a smirk on his face, that sort of sideways poo-eating grin.
Okay.
What?
Poop eating grin. Shit
Oh,
eating
poop
grin.
eating.
Yeah, it's,
We're PGing it, but I just said it anyway.
yeah, he's definitely, yes, the poo-eating grin. It's a very advanced martial arts technique.
Yes. Gizzard knows that, but he is not here. Alright, I'll just ready an arrow and keep it on him.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna wait for the interaction to happen after they go back and if I can.
So as that's going on, what would as the three of you finish your conversation, what your plan is? Mr. Tarhoon would probably be a little closer to the fire as he came over to talk to you guys. So,
Okay, well, I'm gonna walk over to him. All right, Mr. Tarhoon. Well, one of our friends is not here right now. She's off. And so while we're all decided, we're gonna wait for her to come up with a final answer. But in the meantime, cards.
I don't have any cards, but
Cards.
huh?
We don't have cards either. How about a game of pickup sticks?
I have a dragon chess set.
Even better.
That is a very advanced game.
Yes, it is. I learned to play it when I was very young.
Most intriguing. It's fascinating, but why are we discussing this?
I just feel like it'd be fun to pass the time with a little game.
Who knows when they'll be back? And the jungle isn't very exciting in the middle of the day.
I suppose if you wish to play, I can play a game. It is still early.
Fabulous. Okay, here we go. Let's, Devonay, would you like the honors?
What, you don't know how to play?
Play.
Well, I think we would use a wonderful teacher such as yourself, Devonay.
I have no problem teaching you.
Thank you.
Alright, so we're gonna play this game.
Okay. So, let's see here. And, Devaney, do you have proficiency with the gaming set?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty then. So, let's see here. Okay. So, go ahead and, let's see. So, let's say for this, go ahead and make a roll. Go ahead and Chess. I guess I'll say this is an intelligence check, but go ahead and add your proficiency bonus to it as well, where you have the proficiency with the gaming set.
So that's without add 3 to that.
Oh yeah, I do not think he's going to be able to.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, not at all. So as you guys start playing, and Devaney, it is very quickly becoming apparent that at least so far, you are a much better player than him. Are you going through? Are you just playing all out legit, or I only
Yes.
ask because I can see Melik
Yeah,
chatting.
play
in the
legit.
chat.
No, Devonay will play legit.
Oh, okay, so over this takes about, let's say, like 15, 20 minutes. You guys get through it fairly quickly. Neither one of you really stopping and take a long time to examine moves and whatnot. And you end up coming out ahead. It wasn't a complete, like, you didn't completely just smoke him, but it was a pretty decisive win at the end.
Devonay
Play
will
legit.
stick out her hand and say, "Good game. It was good."
Apparently I'm a little rustier than I thought, but it was enjoyable. You played most excellently, my dear.
You as well.
Haroon, do you mind playing another round? I think I've got the hang of this and I want to try.
I suppose if what am I? Yeah, I suppose if it goes as quick as this.
That's so fun. Okay, one more thing. I'm a bit of a gambler. A gamble?
What are you looking for? What are your stakes?
I would like to offer this fancy fiddle that I have. It's very valuable. How do I put this? It's got magical properties, I suppose, but I think I prefer a little bit more. Anyways, I would like to offer it in exchange, or not in exchange, but against that bag of yours.
My bag. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I don't have much use for a fiddle.
Oh, in a scroll of comprehend languages.
That could be useful if the. How do I know the fiddle is actually magic?
It?
I don't think he said it was magic.
It is magic.
Magical
I can play a
properties.
little bit for you.
Yes, it had. She stated magical properties, so one would assume. Well, yes, let us hear this fiddle.
It's without concentration, and it's just going to be for like 30 seconds, because otherwise...
Go ahead and make a performance check. As you begin to play your fiddle, you're too focused on the bag. You're just having a very rough go with it. As let me see here. You said without concentration. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, as you're playing it, so the entire group, all of you sitting here, even Solana, you in your hiding spot, you have this very sort of uneasy, almost queasy feeling, and just makes it somewhat difficult to even consider moving. And you said you're playing for like 30 seconds, Melik?
He knows it's magical.
As you continue to play through for we'll say you go for about another like 12 seconds or so, and you all notice that that sort of unease you're feeling is just growing. And at the point as you're trying to move, even to just get away from the sound, you've all heard Melik play before, and this doesn't sound like Melik. And you're trying to leave, and your feet are just rooted to the ground. You're finding it impossible to move. And after another 6 or 7 seconds, Melik pulls an end to the playing, and as you look at Tarhoon, he has a sort of dumbstruck look on his face. It's like, it is definitely something, as all I wanted to do was leave. And I couldn't, my feet wouldn't, I couldn't move.
That's what it does.
It might help you in that fight against those pirates.
That you young lady may have a point. So I will take your bet. The fiddle and the scroll against the bag.
Perfect. Sounds amazing.
So go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Got 20 last game, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Oh. Oh, okay. Come on, Tarhoon. We need a nat 20.
Oh.
So is it you go through, and as takes you about the same amount of time as it did Devaney playing with him, as you're a little newer to the game, and he seems to have stepped up his game a little bit as well, probably from having that little warm-up with Devaney first. But at the end of the day, about that same 15-20 minute turnaround time, you manage to claim victory over Tarhoon, and it is with a very forlorn, sort of wearied look on his face that he just, I suppose, no, bet is a bet, and takes the bag off and hands it over to you.
So fun.
Tarhoon, you can empty the bag before you give it to us if you want
I
to.
love snacks.
We have plenty of jerky.
I just mean oh, sucker, you lost your bag. Open your hands up, fill it with your dirty snacks.
I appreciate that. As you see him sort of rutting around in the bag for a few minutes, see a couple of rations come out, a few more things, and then see him pull. Let me grab my description of it here. Oh, where are we? Okay, let's see here. Where is it? There it is. It looks to be a small brass rod, about 9 or 10 inches long, with somewhat intricate scrolling going along the length of it. Takes it, puts it in a little interior pocket, hands the bag back over to Melik.
That's quite an interesting metal rod that you have in that bag.
Yes, it is my... what do they call it? My trumping card for the pirates.
Trump card, really? Oh, may I trouble you for a look?
Would you like a demonstration?
Oh, a demonstration. Well, sure, friend. I trust any old random
my
bird in the
gosh!
jungle.
Okay. I do. Here's what we will do. And okay, give me a second. Okay. Oh, come on, really? Put extra space in there. Oh, my word in heaven. I'm sorry in advance to somebody. Okay. As you all watch as once more he pulls out the wand, turns and points northwest. And says, here. Let's go just outside your camp.
As he points to me, I shoot him with the arrow.
No.
Whoa! Whoa!
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh my god.
He
Solana,
pointed
this
something
is
at
like
me. I'm
Nanny
gonna shoot
Poo
him with
Poo
an arrow.
again. At you?
You're not really northwest, but
I am totally northwest. Am I northwest?
Yeah.
you're
whatever.
northwest.
You're it's to your appearance, he's aiming in your general area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's not like he's looking at you going, you. But again, you don't know what's coming either.
Exactly.
So go ahead and roll damage, because that will hit. Okay. And as you fire off and this arrow sinks into his shoulder, you see Tarhoon's eyes go wide. And you go, someone is attacking!
Oh no!
And he is firing off one charge from his wand of fireballs
Oh, jeez.
towards
Yeah.
where the arrow came from. So, Solana, I need you to make a dexterity save for me. Okay, so you make the save. So you are going to take half damage.
Okay.
I've got to check and see what the damage on fireball is.
Not good for me.
Okay, that's not too bad. It's 8d6.
Someone resuscitate me.
What?
So you take
Oh!
27 damage cut in half. So you take
Okay.
13 points of damage
Oh, that's not bad.
as this fireball explodes about 7 or 10 feet beside you. As that happens, unfortunately for you guys, it also completely obliterates the vine and alarm system on that section of the camp,
Are you kidding me?
as a massive fireball has just exploded there.
That's not my fault. He was pointed in there anyway.
So as soon as Tarhoon lets loose this fireball, Devaney's not going to tackle him, but grab him and, make him sit on the ground and start mothering over his the arrow in his shoulder.
He shot a fireball at me for 13 points.
Okay.
And
Okay,
ignoring the fact that Solana is most likely still hidden, if not slightly burned, behind her.
Oh, none of you would know where Solana is if she doesn't come out.
I'm assuming
With
that
the-
saw the direction of the arrow and
well, yeah, that's a good
Solana
point. Yeah,
is.
you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I didn't even think of that. Huh. And yes,
Okay,
to
very cool
we
rod.
do need to shame
Very cool
Tarhoon.
rod, sir.
And Devaney will start apologizing, and then Solana, get over here. Heal this poor guy.
Fine. How do I take my ninja symbol? Okay, there we go. I'm not ninja anymore. I say I'm
Go
sorry.
find whatever shot that arrow.
And I'm sorry. There.
In a much quieter tone, Devney will. This is my friend Solana. She's good at healing people, and she'll see to your shoulder and have it good as new in no time.
Heal him for 12 points, which is more than enough.
More than he lost.
Yeah.
He's looking at you a little bit and seeing, little bits of flame licking on your clothes and in your hair. And, are you the one who shot me?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Why?
You pointed something at me.
Why?
What?
Sir, she's not the brightest penny in the. I don't know. My euphemisms are bad tonight. She's not very bright.
I have a.
I think I should leave.
Me too.
Perhaps that is best.
I mean,
I hope that you defeat the pirates soundly.
He's sort of rubbing his shoulder. One must survive to them beforehand. Zora gives a sideways glance at Solana before starting to head out of the camp.
I healed you. Don't pretend like it hurts.
You shot me!
You threw a fireball at me.
after.
You pointed something at me.
He is just
Man,
slowly
I was
making his
talking about
way.
your bow.
As you call that out, you notice he starts to pick up the pace a little bit.
Oh, the only magical bow in Cholt, and I ruined it. I should aim for the head.
Oh, successful hustle.
Did we get the bag at least?
Yeah, we got the bag.
Yeah, Malik is still in possession of his wonderful bag.
Well,
Devonay will start putting away the dragon chest set.
Quen
High
will,
five, Devonay, on a successful partner hustle.
Sana's gonna go to a 10 and sulk. With her egg.
First,
Quen is very interested in the bag and approaches Malik and says, "Would you like me to look at that for you?"
check it out.
Yes? Okay. Quen takes the bag and will examine it, cast, not detect magic. Can I just, check with, Arcana to see what's up with it?
You can. Go ahead and make your roll, and we'll see what you can figure out.
Nice.
So as you're going over the bag, again, as you were already fairly certain from the display that he put on it, that you definitely know that it is magical. As you're looking at it for a few moments, you know there are tales of bags like this, but you know that there are a couple of different variations on it. One that manages to hold your items, and one that devours them.
Oh.
You're not 100% sure which this is.
Well,
Yeah,
since that man took something out of it, I assume it's for holding things, but
I
why
don't
don't
know.
you spend
He
some
was
time with it,
smirking.
Malik?
He was
see what's
smirking
up.
the entire time, and I didn't like his face. Did you see
I
his
wouldn't-
face? He was
I
kinda
don't like
ugly.
his face either.
I wouldn't put your money in it right away, is all I'm saying.
Put your fiddle in it.
Hold
Oh,
on
you
to
lost
it and
your
check it
fiddle.
out.
Put your sock in it.
And Digitio, we will find out the answer to that if one of the party does it.
Oh no. What did you say, Digitio?
Digitio giving the DM ideas.
The guy had his like.
Don't do that.
Coin the bag if they want to look over it more, and then.
I'm finished. You can have it. Here.
Oh, sick. Okay, I'm calling it a bag of greed.
Ooh.
Well, maybe I can put the egg. Oh, the egg's probably too wide. How big is the egg?
So the egg is a pretty decent size. When you're looking at this, though, let's see here. The mouth actually opens as you guys are sort of poking around with it. As you try stretching the mouth open, you actually get a full 2-foot diameter opening when you guys open this thing wide. So as you're looking at it, you're pretty sure you could put the egg into it.
Okay, I'm not going to yet, but I'm gonna think about it.
Hear me out. So,
Okay.
like, cool trap out there again and catch something to put in here?
Like a live thing?
Well, can we... If we put something in the bag and we look into the bag, can we see it in the bag? Because we won't know if we can get it out until somebody reaches their hand in, if we can't see it.
Okay, well, okay, I'm just gonna drop a hand crossbow bolt in there.
Because we could put a stone in there for all we want.
Yes.
Like,
Let's drop a stone in there.
We put it in the bag, and then we open the bag and look in the bag.
You walk over, you find a rock or whatever you feel like, drop it down into the bag. Disappears inside the bag.
Bag now?
I'm sorry?
Can we see the rock in the bag now?
You sort of look down into it. No. Can't see the bottom of the bag.
One has to reach in there, huh?
somebody does.
Put yourself in the bag.
Not necessary.
To have my fingers for the things that I do.
Alright, I'll do it.
So what are you doing, Solana?
I'm reaching my hand in the bag.
Are you looking for anything, or are you just sort of like feeling around?
I'm feeling around.
So you're moving your arm around, just
Yep.
empty-minded. You
Yep.
don't seem to feel anything.
Okay, go for the rock.
Not even the rock?
Go
the
for
minute
it.
The minute your mind goes, oh, I wonder where that rock went, all of a sudden you feel a rock in your hand.
Ooh. Okay, take my hand out of the bag. Is it intact?
You've got a rock.
Guys, it's in there, but you gotta think it. And then it becomes corporal.
Oh.
The bag of requirement.
Yes. Yes.
Except you already have to have it in there before you require it.
A little bit different,
yeah.
but that's why it's a bag and not a room, I guess.
Yeah, yes. It's a bag, not a room. Oh, look.
Sick bag get.
So as this is through the entire thing, and slightly singed Solana thing in our tent, you guys are coming to probably about mid-morning on what you had initially planned to be your last day of...
I'm gonna roll some hit dice. Cause
Oh, okay, so you're taking...
I'm just gonna cure myself. What am I doing?
Okay.
Okay, I'm all good.
So as everyone gets... everyone who needs to be healed up for the day, healed up.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning on going out to handle your last planned day of repellent gathering?
Yes.
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 Okay. Are you
I'm
guys
gonna go
In
doing?
the
with-
bag.
Go ahead.
Quen will go with Melik. I want to see how much we can carry in this bag.
Solana will go with 7A and Hulk.
Okay, and that leaves Azaka and Dragonbait again. So go ahead. I need survival checks from someone. First one who rolls it gets it. Holy Melik! Wow. Oh wait, that wasn't Matt. That was wow.
I think that's Solana.
Solana, yeah.
Solana.
Okay, Melik's still not doing bad. Okay. Then that's right. I gotta. I think Dragonbait is better than Azaka, if I remember correctly.
I forgot.
Yeah, he is. So, I mean, lazy survival.
Yay!
Nice.
Hey, there we go. Okay. So you guys spend a good few hours as you have basically combed through this area over the period of the last week. And
Did
have...
we find Tarhoon again?
Okay, so assuming that... with that question, we'll assume that you and Devaney headed south.
Yes.
Go ahead and make a separate survival, or we'll call it a investigation check. As you're going through and doing this, you're looking to see if you can see any signs of his
No.
passing. No, you saw a couple of signs right as he left, right where he left the camp. But beyond that, as you start looking and dealing with the stuff of the insect repellent, you have no idea where he ended up to or where he wandered off.
Bummer.
Okay, as you guys managed to do all your collections, Quen and Melik, you guys managed to find enough to make 3 doses. Solana and Devaney 4, and Azaka and Dragonbait actually come back with 4 as well. So actually, oh wait, you know what? I didn't roll his
I go
second
to
one in case it's better. So
Devaney. I say Devaney, I probably could have handled that better.
Yeah, the whole situation could have been handled a little bit better, I think.
I apologize.
Well, we can't learn unless we make mistakes.
Oh, I like your optimism.
Well, thanks?
Yeah.
Hi.
So the group gathers, everyone gives their supplies to Solana and Quen. Melik, are you planning on trying to refix your little trap thingamabobber, or?
Well, we're just gonna be spending one more night here, huh? When we get back, I'll just stand up over there where the traps would have been, and if anything comes, I'll just holler.
Okay.
No use in fixing it.
So as Quen goes off to the northwest, standing in that lovely, scorched bare section of the jungle where a fireball had went off just a few hours ago. Quen and Solana are starting to take care of their work with the herbalism kit. Devaney, what would you be doing?
Just wandering around. She doesn't really have anything specific to do at the moment. Keeping an eye out. Is lending a hand here or there if she can. That sort of thing.
Okay, so for Melik and Devaney, go ahead and make a perception check for me. And then Solana, go ahead and roll 3 herbalism checks with advantage. Quen has been helping you out with it. Oof. Okay. So, and again, you hit in the right order. Because you're maxing out when counts. So for the first one, you had had the 3 sets from Quen and Melik. You guys managed to make 2 sets of the solve. For the next 2, where you each had 4 from you and Devaney and Azaka and Dragonbait, you managed to make a full 4 out of each. So you've ended up with 10 additional for today's work. For Melik and Devaney, as Quen and Solana are taking a little time with this, you guys are, Melik, you're specifically watching this sort of northwestern area, and Devaney, as you're wandering around, you're hearing mostly the same sort of generic jungle sounds you're used to hearing in this region where you've spent about a week here. You don't see anything out of the ordinary jumping out at you.
Fantastic.
Like an old scarred man with a bow. That would been fantastic.
So as you guys are finishing the rest of your day's work, what's the plan for the evening, or what's the group's plan?
I'm gonna cuddle with my egg.
Egg toddler.
Okay,
Big,
who's taking watches this evening?
I'll take first watch.
Last
Okay.
watch.
Ooh, not good.
Mallet, Quen, either of you want to watch, or give them both to the NPCs?
Quen will take one. Quen will take third.
Okay. Oh, and looks like Melik will take second then. Okay. And Devaney, did you make a perception check for me?
Sorry, I haven't yet.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so as you guys start turning in for the evening, Solana, anything in specific you'd be doing during your watch?
Nope.
Okay. As you're sort of circling the camp doing your normal rounds as you would be, again, tending to focus a little bit more on the western portion where the basically the alarm is no longer there. Your watch seems to pass without much of an incident. And your couple of hours passes, you go ahead and wake Melik for the evening's watch.
It's your turn for watch. Melik, wake up. Melik will never recognize me.
Whoa, who's that?
Wait, what would that be? It's me. I bet you're good at guess.
It's me with a mustache.
It's your turn for watch. Good night.
Melik, anything in specific you'd be doing during your watch?
Like you said, I'm gonna keep a little more focused on the west, but as I do that, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit of a frustrated watch, kind of kicking the dirt around, being a little bit angry.
Okay. So, as you're going through and you're taking your watch, about hour and 15 minutes into your watch, you start hearing rustling of leaves. A couple of branches snap. You start looking around and you're sort of circling during your rounds. You start getting the feeling that there's something just outside your camp.
Something or some things?
With your own, you're only hearing. It sounds like a solitary horse.
It's just outside our camp.
Yep.
Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna roll for stealth really quick.
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know.
hot, but I have dark vision. Can I see this thing?
So, as you're looking, you see probably well, where are you located? As you're hearing the sound, it's sort of coming from the western side of the camp. So as you're trying to stealth, where are you looking to? So as you're over there, sort of behind the tree, you notice a little ways to the south. Again, just sort of off in the distance, a little bit in the underbrush. A somewhat familiar looking cloaked individual.
Oh, you're back. Okay. All right.
Trying to move quietly. Again,
Come on
just
out
sort
now.
of circling around and every few minutes stopping and then moving.
Would I be awake
And-
because I wouldn't sleep yet, technically? In my tent, though. So I could hear her.
So Mel, you're actually calling that out?
Yeah.
As you called it out, so yes, it's early enough so that we'll say if you didn't want to trance as of yet that you wouldn't have started yet.
Okay.
And Melik, as you call that out in Solana, you hear that. Melik, you notice that the hooded individual, their face is looking directly at you. So you're behind you sort of glance out, and as you call that out, you realize they didn't even turn to look at you, they were already looking at you. And the two of you were just sort of staring at each other for a couple of moments. And all of a sudden, with your dark vision, you see the hand going in to the vest.
I cast. Oh my gosh. I believe it is. Effect of my voice booms super, super loud for about a minute.
Okay, what are you saying?
Dude's here with the fire wand.
Yes.
Okay, so Solana, you are completely fully aware of what's going on now.
Yeah.
Devaney and Quen, go ahead and make perception checks for me. I'm going to say make these as normal rolls rather than disadvantages I'd normally have you do. This is magically enhanced booming. So, Quen, you are now coming to consciousness, as is Devaney.
Nice.
What?
Let's see what our little NPC friends are doing.
Zaka's like stealthing in the tree too.
No, I just keep forgetting to move her into her tent.
Oh, okay.
She's been stealthing that tree for like 2 or 3 days.
Oh. Very sneaky, I didn't even notice it.
Okay, so we have perception from Dragonbait.
Yeah, Dragon Bait.
He actually wakes up for once.
Yeah.
That is
Wake
rare.
up, crew.
He woke up last time.
Look at us.
Yeah, but he woke up.
Breakfast
It was
over
too
here.
late. And actually, Azaka is the one who maintains her unconsciousness. So we're just going to stick Azaka in her tent, as she has no earthly clue what the hell is going on. Everyone else is, popping outside their tent. Now, as you have done this, and Melik, you've cast your enchantment and yelled, out of the vest comes the wand and fires right at you.
Righty.
And
Let's go.
with that, and we will have that rolled in a moment, need you all to go ahead and click on your tokens and roll initiative. As we are going to find out what
I'm
happens
ready.
with this fireball to Melik in just a moment.
accidentally clicked it already.
Oh, okay. Let's
okay,
see. So you go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. Holy mother of flippin' initiatives. Okay, so unfortunately that does not make the save.
No.
So as this fireball slams into you for 33 damage.
Ouch.
Hold up. I'm pretty sure.
Are you up? Phil?
Right? It's a fire wand, right?
Yep, it's a wand of fireballs.
I think
Distance to that?
Oh, okay, so if you have resistance and you take half damage. So if it was
And then-
33, so you'll take 16 damage.
The other thing I have is this super cool spell called Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh, I love that spell. I love Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Cast at level 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. And yes, that's a dexterity save from him. And this could be over before it even started.
Step on my turf.
Let's see here.
Don't try to break my little alarms again.
This is a dexterity save.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now that you have woken everybody up, how do you want to do this?
Ooh, yeah.
Alright guys, false alarm.
Did
The other thing I do want to do is I'm gonna go walk over here and take the rest of his stuff.
Okay. So as you proceed to loot the remnants of Mr.
Oh, I didn't
Darkmoon's
see where it
body,
was.
you get a wand of fireballs. Again, I give you that one with no Arcana or need for check because you've seen him use it twice, and it was still in his hand as he fell to the ground. He has a very beautiful longbow that it was on his back. You have a somewhat scorched set of leather armor. About 4 or 5 days worth of rations. And a couple of scribbled note pages. It seems to be in some. The lettering looks like common, but it's not words. It looks like it's some sort of shorthand or code.
Oh, thieves' cat? Maybe it's thieves' cat.
Don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
What'd you say, Malik?
Oh wait, it might not be Druid. Is Druid in Kelman? I don't think it is. Never mind. These can't. Okay.
And you also find on him 2 small stoppered vials of a sort of shimmering red liquid.
I'm gonna take all that and put it in my new fancy bag. Here, hey, Solana.
Yes? Friend?
Longbow of a fancy variety?
I would love a longbow of a fancy variety.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to clarify. It is fire-hardened leather armor. It's a more
what's that
expensive
mean?
version of regular leather armor because it's been incinerated by fire.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, you gotta love our Twitch chat.
Is leather armor light armor?
Yes.
Put that on.
you didn't have armor on?
No.
Oh. You should put that on.
How were you running around naked this whole time?
Yeah!
Clothes on.
How have I not killed you yet?
I'm very good at not getting involved. But yes, here's a very fancy leather bow for you. Hey, Devonay.
Hmm?
This brass rod of fireballs since you started that hustle for us?
Glenn, can you check this bow for me? I'm sure it's just fancy, but it's pretty, and I just want to make it sure it's checked.
Oh sure, I'll look it over. Let's take a look at it. I look at it. So Quen speaks Common, Elvish, and Sylvan. Are any of these languages immediately apparent as those?
Okay, so as you're looking at the bow, and give me a moment here, I have to actually exit my Twitch chat for a moment to grab my information on the bow. Where? Okay. So as you're looking at the bow, and actually I'll mention this, so Melik, Solana, and Quen, where you guys have all been handling it, you all notice this aspect of it. The bow itself is very elegantly carved in a sort of an elvish style to it. As you're looking at it, you see running all up and down the length of the wooden parts of the bow. You see engravings of vines and leaves. And as you're looking closer at these little carvings, you notice that it's inlaid with very small amounts of silver. As you're looking through it, you actually do, Quen, recognize in Elven the word ensnare.
Ah, ensnare. Have I heard of any artifacts such as this before?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Yes.
So you've heard of elven craftsmen weaving magic into bows that, when command word is spoken, have abilities, but this name specifically doesn't strike any chords with you.
Well, Solana, looks like you found something really special. Why don't you take some time with this? And if it
I will
talks, talk back.
Okay. I will hug the bow and hug it really close. And
hug it and love it and
Yes.
feed it every day.
Like I do with the egg. And be like, and
I will
squeal.
love it and hug it and call it George.
Yes.
Its name is George, yes.
So I'm assuming you're trying to attune to it?
Yes.
Okay. What would the rest of the party be doing as the world's shortest battle is?
Yes.
Hey, everybody, wake up! No, never mind.
Devonay, do you want a fire wand?
Definitely could use it. Definitely try not to hit anybody with it. Looking over at Quen.
Say that now, but just wait until your friends are in trouble.
Yeah, firing a fireball at enemies that weren't even attacking us. That was a great help.
Did you know they were attacking us? You didn't either. You were inside fighting an old woman.
Guys, I'm trying to be Devil Santa right now. Can we quit with the squabbles?
Devil Santa, oh my god.
And I found this cool liquid.
Drink it.
What is it?
Oh.
If you do you want it? If not, I'll keep the liquid. You can have the bag.
Who are you talking to?
Silly?
Solana?
What?
No, I'm talking to Quinn.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Oh.
Oh, you're offering me gifts. I love gifts. I'll take everything.
Well, hold up. There's a choice. I found these 2 vials of red liquid.
Red liquid.
Are
Ugh. May I inspect this liquid? Quen gingerly
Open.
takes this red liquid and pops open the top and takes a sniff of it. What does it smell like?
As you're sort of, swirled around a little bit and looking at the shimmering liquid, take a big, deep sniff of it. Robitussin. That sort of pungent, medicinal type odor to it.
Ugh.
Definitely does not smell like something you'd want to drink for pleasure.
Do I recall this at all?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Yeah, so you've seen things like this before. It's not uncommon to find these for sale at different apothecaries and things whatnot. You recognize this as a standard potion of healing.
Oh.
So mechanically, you've got 2 potions of healing. It's 2d4 plus 2.
Huh. Potions of healing, eh? Well, I guess I'll take them, because I don't have any healing capabilities. Not like our esteemed Solana over here. What was the other option?
Or Melic. Melic can heal.
Or
I'm gonna
Mel?
say was that I am also of a healing nature. How about you have the bag? I'll take the potions.
Alright, I'll take the bag. Quen accepts the bag with a stitched face upon it.
Great, now you can hold all
Christmas
our things.
is complete.
I love it. I love Murder Miss.
It sounds like the worst Christmas movie ever.
Well, it's that guy's worst Christmas ever.
That's true. Yeah, he is dead. Yeah. But it's his own fault for coming back.
In my house.
I do wish you hadn't killed him outright. I would have liked to ask him some questions and then didn't kill him afterwards. But, it happened.
Well...
Questions?
Well,
We can do
it seemed
that.
to me like he had a racket here. He would scout out adventurers and see what they had and then come back and steal their stuff. But,
Why don't you, Evide, why don't you come with me? Corpse.
Okay.
Let me show you something magical.
So just so the party's where I've created a note for you in your journals on Roll20 called Bag of Holding that you all have access to edit.
Okay.
So as you find things that you're putting into the Bag of Holding, if you want to put it on there, so you all know what's in there.
Oh wait, did Melik get his fiddle back?
I never lost it.
Yeah, he didn't. Melik didn't lose it.
Oh, you didn't lose it. Oh, okay. I thought you traded it or whatever. Okay, I missed that, I guess.
They wagered on a game of Dragon's Chess, and Melik won.
Nice, love it.
Okay.
So
So as Melik starts.
Okay, just want to make sure my longbow thing works.
So as Melik is taking some time with the corpse and casting the spell, we are actually going to use this to take our quick 5 to 7 minute break so we can run facilities, top off our beverages, whatever we may need to do. Thank you to everyone who's been hanging out with us. I also saw electrical skateboard pop in tonight. Digitio is always a pleasure having you guys here.
Electrical skateboard.
We also had someone else who popped in and was chatting with the Proficiency with Michael a little earlier. Oh, I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was Rip something, and because I backed out of Twitch chat, I can't see it now.
Aw.
So thank you again, everyone, for joining along. We're going to take a few minutes, and we will be back as our party has now decided to have a conversation with the recently incinerated Tarhoon.
Mhm.
Mr. Producer, if you can bring us on over to commercial, we will be back in a few moments. Oh, thank you very much for bearing with us during that short break. And thank you very much, Digitio. I saw your comment that it was Red Sniper was the one who jumped in earlier this evening with us. So as we start to pick up, as the rest of our group is still making their way back from... DM can't speak anymore. From our break, we're actually going to jump over Melik and Devaney for the moment as they're casting their spell, Speak with the Dead, to interrogate Tarhoon. We're going to jump over to Solana, who is currently curled up in her tent with her egg under one arm and her bow in the other.
Exactly.
As she
How do you know,
spends...
Matthew? How do you know?
Well, you sitting there with your arms out like this, gives us a good image. So as Solana has her arm around one of the eggs and mind traveling back to Gizzard, rolling the two eggs around in and out of rooms, to staring at people funny, you start to spend more time focusing on this bow. Much as you had noticed when you were handling the bow before, I guess I'll call it the scrolling that's on the bow is beautiful. All the different vines, leaves, and thorns that run across it. And as you're holding the bow, right where your hand grip is in the middle, that word in Elvish, ensnare. As you spend a little more time with the bow, you come to learn, mechanically speaking, it is considered a magical weapon, +1 to attack rolls, +1 to damage. You also, as you attune with it, you come to learn that by speaking its command word twice per day or twice per long rest, you can speak the command word and the vines and thorns and leaves will basically twist themselves off the bow and onto the arrow. And as you fire the arrow, if it hits, it counts as if you had cast the ranger spell Ensnaring Strike.
Nice.
And I forgot to put it in here, as it says to run with your spell DC, but you're not a ranger, you're not casting the spell. So the DC will be the standard for magical items of this level, which is a DC 15.
Nice. Okay.
So basically the same difficulty as the Wand of Fireballs.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
So mind you, this is, we jumped a little ahead where we came back to get that information over to you, and now we will rewind a little ways as Melik has just finished burning incense over the body of Tarhoon, speaking the arcane rituals and making the hand gestures over the body. And you, Melik, you and Devaney all of a sudden hear as air seems to fill Tarhoon's body once more.
Okay,
The
Devaney.
head, eyes still rolled back, no pupils, just whites, sort of cranes and looks over in the general direction of the two of you.
All right, you get 5 questions, and he might not tell the truth to you. Floor.
Well, I'm not the one that killed him.
That's fair. Go ahead. Ask your
Right.
questions.
Tarhoon, did you leave anything in the bag of holding?
No!
Alright, I didn't think you would. What does the papers say that we found on you?
It is notes for a friend.
Did your friends really get taken by pirates?
My friends are in Jahakala Bay.
Dave, did you? No, not Dave. Malik, did you have any questions?
What was this motion you just made?
Oh, I was just holding up fingers. That was third question.
Oh, I was like,
Just DM trying to be helpful.
what language is on the notes?
The letters are in the common tongue.
Yeah, but what dialect of the common tongue?
Don't.
Okay, never mind. That was the thought in my own head.
I was pretty sure it was a cipher of some sort because we knew that, but. Alright, one more.
Ask him why he tried to kill us.
Why were you trying to sneak back into camp?
Reclaim my bag. And as the word bag leaves Tarhoon's mouth, you hear as that final breath once more escapes his body, and the head rolls back once more motionless.
I don't know. Something seems weird about that, but whatever, I guess.
The fact that he talks to dead people, yeah, that's kind of weird.
He came back to get his bag, but he saw the dude that took his bag and fired a fireball at him, like, on sight.
Am I hearing Solana's voice from somewhere? I'm looking around, don't see her anywhere.
Also, I responded to it without thinking. Boy.
Yeah, who are you talking to?
I don't know anymore. But,
oh,
that guy seemed...
Okay.
like, try and pull off a stealth mission, and as soon as you're caught, like, instigate aggression. You know what I mean?
Maybe he just really loved his bag and, I don't know, would do anything to get it back.
Shouldn't have gambled with it.
Although I do think we should get those notes checked out sometime.
Yeah, there's probably somebody, if we do go by Port Nyanzaru, there's probably somebody who could decipher it. If not, maybe Azaka. Oh, speaking of, well, would my scroll of comprehend languages help me out with that?
Huh. I wonder. Let me see what the actual spell says here. Because it's not technically another language. But let's see. Okay, so no, it wouldn't do anything for this one.
Yeah, I see. The spell doesn't decode secret messages. Okay.
Yep.
Throwing it out there.
Always worth a shot. Never know if it didn't have that one line, it would have worked. And his family may very well be in the bag. No guarantee he's being truthful with them, Digitio. You are exactly right.
Whoa.
Well, they'll all be dead in what is it, like 10, 15 minutes?
10 minutes plus your constitution modifier.
Dead people in our bag.
Human bag. Oh no.
Well, you can certainly reach around and, human!
Oh,
see what pops up.
Notes over to Azaka and see if she has anything to say about him. I don't know. She's the only one I can think of to ask other than...
As you sort of lean and look into the tent.
Yeah!
It is the middle of the night.
She's the only one
that's
who's
fair.
left in the alarm.
Well then... back to sleep, everyone?
Well, thanks for waking us up for a great fight, Malik.
Hey, we got presents. I heard that because I'm in 20.
Yeah, you're in the general vicinity at this point. They're back in camp. As Dragonbait has made, stuck his head out the tent. Malik blew people up and just went back into the tent.
I was taking precautions.
Good thing you did.
So as everyone makes their way back into the tents, y'all lay down, take your remainder of your evening's rest, and wake up bright and early the following morning as you're treated to yet another somewhat humid, somewhat slightly misty rain occasionally. As you start gathering everyone together, Zaka comes out like she had been known to do occasionally. That was a lovely evening's rest.
Wasn't it? Hey, I got a question for you.
What? Oh, why is that tree charred?
Oh, my armor?
We had a visitor last night.
Oh, really?
I took care of him myself.
You? Well,
Yep.
hopefully without that fiddle playing.
Definitely not. But nope. Mine, though.
So,
But anyways, speaking of all that, we did find some stuff on the guy, and I was just curious if you could, I don't know, if you could understand what's on here? Or know a way that we could figure out what's on here?
so as you hand it to Zach, and she takes a few minutes sort of looking it over, flipping through the couple of sheets that are on it. Takes a little time with it. No, it's not anything I can make out.
Okay. Well, thanks anyways.
Sorry, I can't help out. I only know common myself, though. The characters look like common, but...
So, some sort of code.
Could be a code, could be some sort of other hidden dialect, but...
Great. I mean, okay. Is there a way that you could, roll for decryption?
Let me see here. A second. Gonna...
That makes sense.
Okay, yeah, so it's... For this specifically, there is no way to decode it that you're aware of at this point.
Must be like
Well-
Pete's camp.
I guess I'll just put him in the bag. Safekeeping.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Quinn, I'm gonna put these in the bag.
And Malik, while you're doing that, make sure there's no bodies in there, okay?
Okay, do I have to be the one that does that?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Put the notes in. Take my arm out and put it back in and think. Human.
But it could be an elf or a tiefling.
Elf.
Half elf.
Ant.
Kobold.
Wait, I'm sorry, Malik.
No.
What did you say?
No.
Let's just yell out everything. Bugbear.
My
I
God.
think
So
we're individual free.
So is it Malik has got, hand down to the elbow in the bag, and the group is just randomly yelling species out at Malik, and Malik is focusing on each one, I need to get that elf out of here. I need to get that gnome or that bugbear. You don't have anything coming out as you're going through these different...
Diamond. Diamond. No?
I think I'll just leave that in there.
So with that, I will say, Mr. Producer, follow the bouncing flag as you guys
We
have
are
come to
out.
consciousness.
Okay.
And as you all sort of look around at each other at the start of the day, Azaka takes sort of a step in towards the middle of you. Well, we've spent about a week here doing this, as you requested. I think it's about time now we start making our way east towards Firefinger.
I agree.
concur.
Fire finger.
Okay, so as you guys start packing everything up, digging the canoe back out that has been sort of propped over and hidden under various leaves, and you made sure to keep that a little ways away from the camp itself. Enough where you could check on it, but if something were to rampage through, nothing would happen to it. And get everything set back up. Who is your navigator for the journey?
I'll be the navigator for the journey.
Yeah.
Okay. And go ahead and let's have a check.
Come on. That's not terrible.
Okay. Not terrible, not great, sort of middle ground for us.
Mediocre.
So as you start running through, what are you doing? The same normal pace you've done in the past?
Yep. Heading east. Normal pace.
Okay. Okay, so as you guys are making your way, and you travel for, let's see, actually, we're going to do this the easy way. Okay, so you guys managed to travel through, and takes you better part of the morning. You get back sort of around the, because you had just come down a little ways from Umbala and gone north, sort of northeast a little ways, so you weren't right next to where the Terra folk were. As you start making your way back, following the river, back in your canoe now, to lunchtime, you circle around, and as you look up, you can see that almost vertical cliff face that led up to where the boulder field and the Terra folk that you ran into and befriended and then let eat their comrades. And you continue along your ways. And gets to be about another early evening. It's getting to be about time for you guys to call an end to the day's travel. You don't really see much going on throughout the day. And guys have a choice of, basically, as you're continuing down this river, are you heading to the left bank or right bank?
Right bank seems like Easter.
Oh, okay. So as you pull over to the right bank, you guys spend a little time, find a decent spot to camp, tie your canoe up. It's nice, easy travel today. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing bugging you guys. The group. You guys get camp set up. Zaka starts setting up the fire for cooking dinner, and Dragonbait starts setting up the tents. What is the anything the group would be taking care of during the day's travel? During anything?
I was navigating.
Well, I think at this point, Melik doesn't necessarily know that he can't figure out what's on that paper, so he's going to pull it out again and stare at it. Or at least tonight, and then he'll probably give up.
Okay. So as you guys are doing all this, camp gets set up, you have yourself dinner. You guys haven't been getting much rain, so you've got Azaka and Solana as dinner's going on, scooping river water out and starting to boil it to make sure there are no leeches or anything in it.
Gross.
To make sure that you've got another day's worth of rain, as it's been probably about a week since you guys have had any real good rainfall to fill your rain catchers. As turns to early evening, you guys get ready to turn in for the evening. Anyone taking watches?
Gwen will take third watch.
I'll take first.
Devaney will take last.
And I'll let Dragonbait have mine.
Okay, so go ahead and perception checks for everyone for me. Okay, so we have Solana, right? Get it in again. Okay. So as you guys go through your once more your evening's rest, Gwen, everything is strangely peaceful for you. You don't notice anything at all. Solana, you notice your normal, whatchamacallit, your normal jungly sounds. Devaney, it's about the same for you. You don't really notice much going on. As the evening comes to a close, morning starts to roll in as normal. And after all that time that Solana and Azaka spent boiling water the evening before, as your watch starts to come to a close, Devaney, you start hearing that familiar sound of heavy rain and thunder starting to roll in. So as the group starts to come to consciousness to get ready for the next day, again, Azaka sort of wakes up, looks at the group. That's an hour I'll never get back. And just sort of looks at Solana and chuckles a little bit.
Indeed.
We should probably start heading out. Are you taking the lead again?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so go ahead and... Okay.
Slightly better than that.
Okay. So... mark where I want you to use... Oh, okay. Give me a second, I'm going to jot this down because I can't... Not let me click on what I need to click on. Okay. So as you guys start, get everything sort of bundled together, get everything back into the canoe, you start moving, Solana calling out once more, and you guys pack into the canoe, set up the rain catchers along the canoe so you can collect this wonderful water that's going to prevent you from having to drink river water, and start traveling down the river as Solana guides you ever further east. Much like the day before, you notice very few passing sounds, anything like that on the river. You see a couple of the smaller crocodiles off in the distance. A couple of small plant-eating dinosaurs off a ways. As you guys eat lunch, continue on through the afternoon, following along with what the directions that Solana is providing to get you guys there. You find yourself coming out of the jungle as it comes to the end of the evening and back into the Eldani Basin that you had passed through once before.
Oh, look, we're here again. Yay.
So happy not to be in trees.
But this is where we met Dragonbeat and Arden.
Oh.
And as you say that, you get, and I don't have the scents in front of me, so I'm going to be lazy. You get that familiar scent of when Dragonbait is feeling a little down,
I'm sorry.
as he's remembering his fallen friend.
Y'all give him a little pat on the shoulder.
Quick group hug.
Is it?
Yeah.
Solana, go ahead and make a, I'll say either an intelligence check or a nature check for me.
Think it nature. Oh, look, so good.
Never mind. You, everything is going smashingly.
Awesome.
So as
It's awesome.
as you guys sort of, what should I call it? As you guys sort of set up camp for the evening once more. I'll be honest with what I rolled. I'm not even going to bother having you guys roll for watches tonight. Watch goes by. It seems everything except for you guys is trying to avoid being anywhere near this area in the rain.
Weird. But
And
okay.
as you guys proceed to settle in for the night, like I said, everything goes nice and smooth. Actually, I forgot to roll for how much you guys gained out of all of this rain.
So much water.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, you aren't kidding. You actually
Yay.
managed to top out your rain catchers as a result of this storm.
We can put it all in
So,
the bag so we don't have to look
basic-
around.
Basically, you guys have got enough water to cover you about 4, maybe 5 days before you have to start worrying about boiling water again if you don't get another heavy storm.
Nice.
Cool.
So as you guys coming to consciousness again, assuming Devanay with the last watch, Devanay, you notices through the evening, and all of you taking watches notices the rain is slowly starting to move away. As you come to consciousness, just like it was all those weeks ago, you can see the sun slowly cresting the trees in the distance. And just southeast, you can still see that strange floating mountain off in the distance, where you met the
Crazy.
rather
woman with
odd
the dead
woman,
slave.
Valindra.
We could meet her again and kill her. No.
Let's not. We're on a mission. Let's just go ahead and
Okay.
not fool with her for now.
Hey, there's a
That
person.
other
Can we kill
guy.
this one?
Yeah.
We can make a stop there if you really feel like it on the way down. But
We'll
Okay.
drive through kill.
Well, maybe on the way back then, because she was making like necromancy stuff, and I don't like that.
if we pass by it, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Malik, why are you naysaying this? You just killed a dude.
No. Gin of Necro. Like, just a smidge. Just enough to talk with him.
No, I mean, like, you killed a dude.
Oh. Yeah, I'm good with that. I was just worried that you wouldn't like me because I can talk to dead people.
Oh, no, I don't care about that. You. Okay, well, we all kill people, whatever. Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys go to take point again, go ahead and make your survival check.
Oh, come on, nope.
You are having a rough go at those checks
I
today.
know.
So it's luckily you're out in the open, sort of, I'll call it lakey area at the moment, so
Okay.
DC's not quite as hard. So your actual, and as you made the check, I'm just going to move Mbala away for now. So your actual route that you have taken as you departed
Okay.
is you went due south
Oh no.
and then proceeded to travel northeast.
Oh. Well, I missed that
Oh.
one little hexagon.
Yep. So actually, we're just going to remove that and open up the map a little bit. And because we can see the other Umbala now, I'm just going to remove that one. So you guys are actually sitting right now. Did that go in the right spot? Right there, right at the lip of the basically the lake that is the Aldani Basin. So as you guys start packing up to make it along your path, as Solana's taking her navigational duties, what are the rest of you doing during this 8-hour period? Or 12-hour, however long you guys are actually traveling?
Well, I have a new source of leather. So I think I'm gonna make something.
A new source of leather? Did you skin the dude?
No, but I did get his armor.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Okay, good. Yeah.
This party is just a little dark. And all because I
just
gave
right.
Quen a bag of human.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Sometimes gotta have one. A girl's gotta have it.
Okay, so we've got Melik. You're going to be... What are you looking to make with the fire-hardened leather?
Why don't you
That's
use
the
it to up your
thing.
AC?
Can I improve my armor?
So, well, what are you using for armor right now?
I'm using that fire hardened armor or fire hardened leather. I found out that I did have some leather armor on. I have 2 sets.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it wouldn't. There's no benefit to the armor that you located from this individual. With your knowledge of leatherworking, you'd be aware that you would need more than just another set of the same armor to do anything better with. You would have to look at something like studded leather armor, or something or something even a little bulkier potentially.
Okay. I need studs. Where can I get studs?
I hear there's a district for that in Port Nyanzaru. As apparently Solana and I had the exact same thought.
Okay, well, I guess I'll wait on that. Because I don't need to make any traps or anything. Useless art pieces. So, I guess I'll just have pulled out that armor and then have realized that I do not have the necessary materials and have been like, dang. Next time.
Okay,
That would take 8 hours.
Yes.
And Devonay, what would you be doing?
Enjoying the breeze in my hair. But she doesn't really have anything to do other than maintain her stuff, and we haven't fought anything in the past little while, so she'd be chilling in the back and looking around.
Okay,
Keep
and
an eye on my egg, Devonay.
Yeah, I suppose Devonay could do that.
And Quen, what about yourself?
I don't know what Quen's gonna do. Is this just like... I don't know yet. Quen will hang out with Melik.
Okay. So, Solana, do me a favor real quick. Make 2 more survival checks for me.
Oh boy.
I'm just going to. Okay.
Better.
So let's see here. Because we are going to, based on our just been rolling for potential things for you during this leg of your travel, and you are not really running into anything. So you guys managed to travel for the next 3 days. Actually, give me a second here, because I did that, day 2. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, weather stays stable for you. So you guys managed to travel the next 3 days, heading due east without any issue whatsoever.
Nice.
As you're coming to the end of the 3rd day and you're moving further in, following one of these smaller streams, you actually run into, and let me see what, I think I actually was smart and had them stored in here.
We run out of bug repellent. No.
No, you guys have enough to get you through, actually, what did you end up with, 45 doses?
Sure.
So I think it was either 44, 45, something like that. That's for the 4 of you. That's literally enough to get you through 10 days. And you're going on, this is like 3 or 1, 2, 3. You're on your 5th day at this point.
You have to stop and make bug repellent for 2 more podcasts. Vodcasts.
We'll find another option. That's So as you're starting to travel, and do me a favor, all 4 of you make a perception check for me.
Rose, why are you so bad?
Okay. So it is only Melik and Devaney who start noticing as you're traveling further to the east, you start seeing small creatures moving in the trees. And they look sort of moist or slimy a little bit.
Moist, cool.
As you watch as they are jumping from tree branch to tree branch.
Bugs.
They don't seem to be paying much mind to you at the moment. What you are seeing, though, is... Share with all the players.
They're adorable!
Oh, they're cute!
And you are only... At this point, you are seeing the green... you're seeing the bunch of different green frog-like creatures literally up in the trees, and as you're looking at them from your point, again, Malik and Devon are the only ones who are noticing this, you can see they seem to have they're actually carrying weapons.
Solana saw them, she would turn into a giant tree frog and just go jump with them, but she can't.
You notice some of them seem to have looks to be bow and arrow.
Well,
some of them are holding a dagger in their hands.
That makes me not want to go party with them anymore.
But again, they don't seem to be really paying much mind to you guys in the river at all at this point.
Okay. Oh,
So
yeah, I mean, that's...
Devaney will look over at Melik and say, "Do you see those, right? In the trees?"
Yeah, the little green froggies with the daggers.
What?
You think they noticed us? It doesn't look like they're noticing us.
I mean, if they do, they don't care.
Yeah,
So
let's
long
just
as
keep moving and, keep an eye on them, I guess.
keep a low prof. As long as they don't, really, it's gonna matter too much.
Yeah, we might have more trouble when we try to make camp. But for now, I think we're okay.
All right.
So as you guys continue along your your remainder of your afternoon's travel, and comes to be time to set up camp for the evening. You have again, much as you have been doing, guys pull everything off the canoe, get it tied up. Dragonbait starts setting up your tents. Azaka gets the fire going. What are the four of you doing as your indentured servants seem to be setting up the majority of the camp for you?
Woof. Whoa.
Nice.
Listen, if they want to talk about chore management, they can. This is like,
I made
come
food
on.
for so long for this party. I don't even want to hear it.
Craps. And killed a guy one time.
Oh, Musharib, that was his name.
Oh, I can't believe our poor party has forgotten their albino dwarf guide.
I
It's just-
couldn't remember
Devin,
his
they
name
never
earlier.
forgot.
I swear to God, I couldn't.
It just took me 2
First
hours and
kill.
40 minutes to remember. That was all.
Died up somewhere near Camp Righteous.
Poor guy.
Poke around after, helping his fair share with the camp setup. And just like keep an eye out for those little green tree froggies.
Would you
Oh,
have
okay.
alerted us about the little green tree froggies?
I will if I see any while I'm putzing around.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay, so you spend a good, 15, 20 minutes as everything's getting set up for, evening meal and whatnot, and you don't see anything. No one seems to be popping out.
Okay, let me. Wait, one is yes, two is no. So guys, just to let you know, while we were kind of rowing up in here, Devin and I saw these little green frog-looking dudes up in the
Were they
trees.
adorable?
Yes, objectively.
Okay.
The only reason I bring it up is because they were carrying like weapons.
Oh, so I shouldn't go hop with them?
Probably not. I didn't see any around here, just on like a cursory check, but like keep your eyes open, keep them
Okay.
peeled. I think it's just because they had weapons.
What are natural predators of frogs? Like snakes? Should I turn into a snake? Maybe that'll scare them.
No, because snakes are disgusting.
Okay. Alright. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled. And I won't
Cool.
turn into a snake right now.
Wait till we see some, okay, Solana?
Okay. I'll either hop around with them or eat one like a snake. You choose.
Anything other than a snake. I don't like them.
I can be a ape, a crocodile, a
That
war
works.
horse,
Both of those.
the war horse.
Just not a snake.
Okay, I'll turn
Probably
into
not.
war horse if we
In
see
the
the
jungle.
little green frog. That makes total sense.
Pertain to see that happen.
I'll charge them. And hopefully I'll crush them underfoot.
They're small. It's hard to charge small things.
I'll just stamp around a lot.
Yes, as the group gets everything settled for the evening, who is taking what watch for the night?
I'll take first watch and look for little froggies.
Last
I'll take-
watch.
Second watch.
Okay, Quen, you taking third, or am I giving it to one of the other two?
I'm taking third.
Okay, so go ahead and I'll make perception check. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so let's see here. Okay.
I never noticed there's a Valley of Dread on this map. That sounds foreboding.
Okay. So as you guys set up camp for the evening, and Solana, you start taking the first watch, as you've been warned by Melik. So you're sort of poking around and specifically looking for these green frogs that you were told about. And you start hearing noises coming out of the underbrush near the river where you had put in the canoe and where you had brought it up onto shore.
I go investigate because I don't want the canoe to go anywhere.
Okay. So as you head over there and start poking around, you've got the canoe somewhat covered under like brush and pulled over so it's not obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a. You can use either perception or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Oh, perception. Yes, please.
Okay. So as you start poking around in the canoe is looking for it, sort of start just moving the leaves and brush aside and looking underneath it. All of a sudden, you see a small water snake.
Oh.
Just come whipping out, with a quick little as it darts into the river.
Oh. Probably has throat leeches. Gross. Okay.
As beyond that, as you're going through and looking around this evening, don't seem to notice much else, and your watch comes to a close without any real problem.
It's in my kitty.
Okay.
Like
that was the strangest, furriest water snake I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
The dog likes the camera better. Okay, I tell the next Melik. Is it Melik that's next?
Yep.
Melik, there was a little. I can't do the sound. There's a little water snake around the canoe, in case you wanted to know.
Oh, come on! I already told you I don't like snakes!
Just in case you wanted to know. It went at me, and then it turned its head, and it went in the water. It was little. How little was it?
About foot and a half.
Oh, it's only foot and a half.
It went back in the water.
Yeah.
It didn't, get in the boat?
No.
Tomorrow, and there's a snake in my boat.
I'll check first.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my watch now.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of be awake because I translate her, but call me if there's anything important. What?
So, Melik, anything in specific you'd be doing during your watch?
Freaking out because there might be snakes.
Okay.
You're in a jungle.
Come.
So as Melik takes the smallest, circumference around the campsite to maintain the watch. Watching under every leaf, every little branch or vine that sways. Melik's sort of giving a quick start and a look at it. Watch goes past. You don't hear anything outside the ordinary during your watch. No snake sightings that you're aware of. Then it comes time for Quen's watch to take over.
Quen, was I told about these snakes?
Okay, Quinn, Solana told me that there was a snake near the boat. Watch out.
Watch out.
I watch.
There's a snake. Oh,
So the
okay.
snake might have gone away.
Huh.
I don't know. Just be careful.
Snake, huh? Quinn's really curious about the snake and is gonna go investigate.
Okay. As Quinn is making rounds during watch, go ahead and make either a perception or an investigation check, whichever you prefer.
I will make an investigation check because
Oh.
I'm much better at that, but it doesn't matter because I credit, so
So
there we go.
as you start poking around, as you go over and start looking at the canoe, you can see right immediately as you start sort of moving the brush and the leaves beside to look down, you can immediately see where there was a small, looks like a slightly rotted out piece of wood next to where you guys have dragged the canoe onto the shore. And you can see one single solitary sort of swerved line leading from that rotting out log past the canoe right into the water.
Well,
So with that roll, you seem pretty sure you guys basically smashed its house and it decided to move.
well, I hope this snake doesn't become a giant snake and then come at us like later. Whatever. Okay. Quen will continue his watch, doing other watch type activities.
Okay, as you take the remainder of your watch, it goes through again fairly straightforward. You don't hear any weird like hissing or other snakely noises. Then it becomes time to rouse Devaney for her watch.
Hey Devaney, it's time for your watch. Don't get bit by the snake. Good night.
Snake?
I love
One
how
is
this
asleep now.
innocuous little snake has turned into like our entire night's activity. Unless it's not an innocuous little snake. Oh no, it's
I
not.
hope it is.
It's gonna kill us all.
Well, Devaney's not afraid of snakes. So she's going to sort of ignore Quinn's comment and go outside and do her watch and see if she can find, see if there's any of those frog things that she saw earlier around.
Oh, okay. So and are you basically just sort of giving a precursory check as you're going through your watch, or are you like wandering off actually looking for it?
Not wandering off, but keeping special eye out for.
Okay. So as you're going through your watch and again specifically looking for that those specific descriptors that Melik, well actually you were the other one who saw them, so yeah, as you're looking around to see if you see anything, you don't find any sign or anything that you're noticing. As the evening travels in about an hour into your watch, hour and a half, you start hearing noises in the background. And as you're looking, you see another couple of small snakes slowly wiggling and swiggling in for the whatchamacallit, in from the east.
Okay.
And as your attention is called to that, all of a sudden you hear a somewhat distinctive sound, as if a bowstring is loosed.
Dodge, dodge.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the deck.
There is an arrow fired down. Does a 16 hit? I don't think it does for you.
It's my armor class.
Oh, then actually it does hit. So as you hear the distinctive twang, and as you instinctively dive to the ground, an arrow pierces into your right shoulder, and you take 4 points of piercing damage and 5 poison damage. And as that arrow strikes into you, and you turn your head to see where it came from, that's where we're going to call an end to tonight's session.
Oh no! Please be hunting snakes and accidentally hit Devine. Like,
Was it a snake?
Wouldn't be the first time somebody accidentally hit me.
Devine!
And it won't be the last.
Yeah.
Gizzard did it. Quen did it. You know, it's just gonna happen.
I did it. Quen did it. It was me all along. It's always me.
Oh,
It was me in the bushes.
Quen, you got to remember though, Devine said this would be the last. It won't be the last time somebody accidentally hit her. Next time Quen hits her, it'll probably be deliberate. So.
Oh. No, it's never deliberate. I just forget how big my spells are.
And yes, Digitio, you are right. Devine is up one arrow.
That's true.
I don't have a
So-
bow.
I can give you a bow.
So, thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out with us this evening.
Thank you.
Want to make sure we hit on time tonight, as some of our party has early business to deal with tomorrow, so not going to run over like we typically do. So we'll see next week what goes on with our party and our recently
Sneaks on a Devine.
shot Devine. So thank you again to our viewers, Digitio. It was Red Sniper earlier, Electric Skateboard. Had a couple of people popping up, and of course Twitch is being rotten to me and not let me pull up my viewer list to see who is still here with us. For those who tune in on Friday nights, we do have a one-shot coming up this week. Puff Puff Give Ho. Mentioned Electric Skateboard already, so thank you guys for tuning in with us. This Friday, we don't have our normal Storm King's Thunder. We are running a one-shot called Eater of Sin. It is a homebrew one-shot that I will be DMing on Friday, so if you have any interest, feel free to stop by. And as my party has just reminded me before we go, we need to dole out our free Nat 20 for next week. So if our viewers have anything they want to chime in with, excellent role play that they enjoyed, actions, anything like that, or our party, who do y'all want to nominate for your free D20 for next week?
I say Devine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devine.
What makes you say Devine?
She took one for the team.
She did.
And this is the second time.
Taking one for the team.
This is the second time that Devine has aided Melik in like a hustle. Devine's never gotten the credit for it or accepted the credit for it, so I have to nominate for that.
Y'all are criminals.
Well, it looks like we have Devine getting the free Nat 20 then this week. Chat seems to be a little quiet at the moment. Looks like Digitio may have already headed out. So with that, then we will say, Devine, congratulations. You get the Nat 20 for next week for the rest of our group. You guys all have DM's inspiration for next week. Don't forget, use it. It does disappear if you don't use it at the end by the session.
I forget about it constantly.
So do I.
It's one of those where it's, I'll mention one, like certain navigation checks for Navigator, great spot to use them for.
That is true.
Because there's a couple of them with advantage you would have hit. But again,
I'm not
a
going
little bit
around
out
in
of the
a
way,
giant
but
circle.
yeah, and Digitio was there and agrees Devaney was an excellent enabler for Melik.
Yeah.
So yeah, we pretty much get universal votes for Devaney for this one.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Team MZ, Many Sided Dice, Nightshade Creations, all of our viewers and friends of the program. Don't forget, wherever life takes you, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. Mr. Producer, let's bring it on home. Say goodnight, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, everyone. Bye bye.